Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Just thought I'd connect with you guys. Haven't done a live, since Monday, but have been out and about with people, and I thought I'd share a little bit about something that Stuart and I have been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, and that is our No Dickheads policy. Actually, in the planners that I designed, I have got, well, I don't call exactly that, but in the planners I've got it up here, No Dickheads Policy, and it actually is the dream client description. Now, a lot of us go through so much trouble to write out who our ideal client is, what's keeping them awake at night, what are their desires, what are their wants, what are their pain points, all that kind of stuff. But we actually never stop to think about how we want them to be as a person. How do we want, what do we want their mindset to be? Because it is so important when we work with people, especially those of you and a lot of us that follow me and myself included, are in a service-based industry. So therefore, we need to have fun with our clients, and we need to enjoy working with them, and we want to be respected by them, and vice versa. We want to be respectful of our clients. So every January, when we go on a road trip with my hubby and kids, one of the nights when kids have gone to sleep, we pull out our planner for the next year, because usually you're setting all your goals. You love that policy. Yes, Stuart and I invented this policy about 4 or 5 years ago. And we write out, so what do we want our clients to be like? And how do we want them to think? How do we want them to believe? What do we want them to believe about investing in themselves? And actually taking action. Because also a lot of us work with people where we're helping them achieve a specific goal. But if they're not coachable and they're not resourceful as a human being, that they're not likely to follow through. And who hates having clients who don't do the work? I absolutely hate it, because I know that they're wasting their time and their money, into whatever, they're doing. So I know sometimes in the coaching world, in this space that I work in, I always think about, in the early days, I don't know if you guys have done pro bono coaching, but when you do pro bono coaching, hardly anyone does any of the work, because obviously there's no financial commitment. And there's that old saying, if people don't pay, they don't pay attention. If they pay little, they pay little attention. And if they pay a lot, they pay a lot of attention. But even so, even in the space of people paying a lot and paying and investing, there still can be that percentage of people who actually are not committed to the process. And where that comes from is when people actually think they're doing something about their problem, but they're not really doing anything about it. Like investing in a gym at the start of the year for the whole year, and then not following through to go regularly and to actually make the most out of your membership. So that thing happens in a lot of people's service-based industries, especially in the education sector, if you like. And that's what I have tried so hard over these years to avoid, or to trick my clients into being successful. And I always say, I don't want people to invest in my high-end program if they're not going to do the work. So we've, implemented a couple of little tricks, with our authors, the fact that our program is all-inclusive start to finish. So there's they don't need to look for anybody outside of this, hire other experts. The second trick is getting them to pre-sell their books on that Friday night of their retreat, which makes sure that they're now accountable to all of those people who have pre-purchased their books. And so next time when you think about your clients and you are writing out your ideal client description, yeah, that's all well and good, to figure out your marketing copy, to figure out your sales, to figure out all of those things that trigger them, for you to win them over as a client. However, you need to do a second document, and the document number 2 is your No Dickheads policy. So how do you want your client to be as a person, as a human being, as a thinker, right? Because it's not rewarding at all if you get clients who are just complacent and they're full of excuses, it's like flogging a dead horse, right? Or the old saying that I always kind of say, you take a horse water, you can't make him drink. So write it out. It's just a simple one-page document. There's mine here, and we write it different pens, and we actually sit there with Stuart in January and we go, okay, so what do we want this year's people to be like, right? And he actually makes suggestions, and I make suggestions. Oh, we want them to be like this as a person, or like that. And very funny, not funny, I know the universe works this way, is that we do attract 95% of, certainly there is times where you're going to attract the dickhead, as we like to say, who's going to make your life hard, and perhaps you may have already known that at the beginning. So very strongly encourage you guys to listen to your gut, because when you're accepting someone as a client, listen to your gut. Are they a cool person? Are they going to be interesting to work with? Are they going to do the work? You kind of can tell. We've had a dickhead filter in place for about 18 months, and boy has a filter. Yeah, Sarah, I know. We've had it like 4 or 5 years now. And it's amazing. And sometimes when I don't listen to my gut, which can happen, we're not perfect, then I go back to Stuart and go, I had the gut feeling, but I didn't listen to it. And he goes, I knew it. He goes, I just knew it. But anyway, I trust this has been helpful for you guys. So do implement. I did call it my dream client description, the planner, just to be like, not so controversial, but we actually write on top of ours, No Dickheads Policy, and it changes every year because you learn more, you know who you want to attract, and you refine it even more. So don't just do it once and go, this is the person, because I can tell you after 7 years in business, the quality of client and the type of person I attract changes every 6 to 12 months, I would say. All right, have an awesome day. It's coffee o'clock for me, 10:30 in the morning, so off I go. Stuart and I have been having these regular 10:30 little meetings. It's become a thing here when I'm at home, and he gets the coffee and I go, let's do this, and drink it. And now this let's do this has become like a funny thing. Anyway, have an awesome day, and write me comments. So if you watch this recorded, let me know what you think about the No Dickheads Policy. Mwah, have an awesome day. Bye, guys.